real with you, I mean, if it was found out that a Russian spy pretty much poisoned them in Ukraine, I mean, it would make sense. I'm just gonna be real with you. It would make perfect sense, and why wouldn't it? It's a bit out there, but if it did happen, it would make sense. I would believe it.
Moose,
and why
which
not?
I guess if the United States then invades is going to cause us more problems than it solves. And we have Trump saying more oil than ever is flowing through and the strait's open and that it's safe, even though at least 2 ships were blown up that weren't given authorization by the U.S. yesterday, 2 tankers. And there's all sorts of oil spills, and the Iranians have completely sunk several large ships, spectacularly exploding and sinking.
Yeah.
They didn't get authorization from them and shot up a bunch of others, at least 5 others.
Jesus.
And the strait is not open.
Nope.
It's at basically a complete standstill. A few ships a day will try to go through water.
I mean, bro, after Iran just blew up an entire ship in the middle of the strait, like nobody's going past that anymore. It's cooked. It's over. They're not testing them no more at this point, guys. And why? Because who's gonna listen to us now? Who's gonna listen to us say, oh no, go through the strait, you're safe? Bro, they're gonna look at us crazy like, dog, 2 ships just got hit and 1 got sunk. What do you say? Well, you can't say that it's safe. You can't even tell us that you got like, bro, the dominance over the strait. Like, you can't say that either. And let me see here if I can go ahead and find that video of the boat being struck again. Actually, here it is. Shout out. So this is pretty much the boat being struck in the strait. And what's going off is pretty much the sirens, and also the air missile defense systems the missile defense systems are also being engaged as well. But I mean, hey, it ain't gonna help you if you're in the strait. But I showed this earlier. This for people who just now tuning in. So yeah, when you're out here doing that to ships in the Strait of Hormuz, yeah, you're gonna everybody's gonna low-key take heed, and they're not gonna want to go through that strait. And the strait's gonna be presumed closed until all these ships can get a safe assurance that Iran's not gonna strike them. Or they might just listen to Iran, go through the Iranian route, pay the service fee, and they're insured their safety. Because what you tell me America's going to start attacking vessels that go through the Iranian route? I mean, please, that'd be absolutely crazy. So Iran even got that leverage. It's like, as long as people use the Iranian route and pay that service fee, I mean, the strait can be open. But what U.S., what we going to do? Just start attacking those vessels? That'd be insane. What, stopping them and turning them around? Then we're the ones blocking the strait at that point.
You're a TV viewer. You see a message posted by the official Iranian government news agency on X. It says this ship was given clearance to pass the Strait of Hormuz by the U.S. without even coordinating with the IRGC. It is now at the bottom of the sea after catching fire. For the safe passage through the strait, only the IRGC can give you clearance. And I got Trump a month ago saying Iran can keep the strait closed. We've got to make a deal. Yeah. Now he's out saying today that it's open and flowing like never before, which is not true.
Nah, I mean, I think the most wild thing Trump says, oh, we don't even need the oil. We don't even need it. We barely get our oil out of there. And I'm just like, oh my God, bro, that's the most sadly, it was the most simple-minded thing you could honestly say about the strait. Like, you can understand that, oil is priced on a global scale. It's a global commodity. So that means it's priced off the supply of oil that's going through the global supply chain. If 20% of the oil of the world's oil is being held up in the strait, that means there's less oil in the supply chain, aka prices are going to rise. And because demand, guess what? The demand ain't going nowhere. We actually, if anything, we need just as much oil. And you're telling me we can't get to it, and 20% is being held up in the strait? Yes, that's going to increase energy costs. Well, for some reason, Trump was trying to convince Americans like it's not going to have any effect on us. That was like completely idiotic. I gotta sit there and condemn Trump for that one. It's like, yo, what are you trying to tell the American people? That this has no effect on us? When, I mean, bro, look at gas price. Of course it does.
I don't have to tell you, Trump's been making a lot of misstatements. You can call them lies, say he's delusional. I don't know, but it's very embarrassing and hurts America's credibility. You can sit there and say it's okay, it's 5D chess, 1,000D chess, trillion D chess. It's not. This is a big deal.
But all right, though. Wait, did I accidentally? Well, I might have played that video out a bit too long. My bad, guys.
Waters that are very shallow, and a lot of those get stuck. I mean, it is a giant cluster FU-K in a big way. And then I have Trump several clips months ago. Oh, we've got to end the war. They can actually keep the strait closed. They've got so many weapons up in those mountains and hills, but now he says, nope, we'll open it. We'll shepherd it. We're going to be the guardian angel of it. These are quotes. We're going to charge 20% to go through. Well, not if you don't take the Strait of Hormuz, and then you can take the strait, and then more Iranian troops will come on your flank and around you, and then it'll be what they call a quagmire. And it makes the taking of Iwo Jima and other mountainous Pacific islands by the Marines look like a cakewalk, according to the Pentagon. And I agree with their analysis. So we are deep 136 days into this fiasco, almost 137, with no end in sight.
Real time, uncensored,
And now we'll go to some of that press conference, but here's the report I filed from my car driving home at about 7 o'clock at night last night.
Damn. Okay, Alex.
So the Israeli initiated war that started 136 days ago has completely exploded into a full regional conflict. The Iranians have blown up Patriot missile bases, fuel depots in Kuwait and a whole bunch of other countries. The Yemeni.
And here's the thing, guys, and this is the main problem here. If America sticks to military locations and military pretty much military infrastructure, then so will Iran. That's what Iran's been showing us. All right, if you want to attack our military infrastructure, we'll attack your military infrastructure bases throughout the region. Now, if we start attacking power plants and bridges, that's what Iran's going to do throughout the region. So this is the problem with Trump pretty much saying, oh, yeah, by next week, we're attacking power plants and bridges. What he's trying to do is get Iran to concede. What Iran's going to do is pretty much tell him, bro, bet we'll match your energy. And whoops. We don't need that. We don't need that at all. We don't need the matching of energy when it comes to strikes. It's not going to end well for nobody.
He's launched a huge attack on the big Saudi airport, just devastating major terminals. The ships are getting attacked all over the Strait of Hormuz, and Trump says he's going to open it. The Pentagon has told him it'll take a full ground invasion to do it. There are giant explosions going off in Iran that look like tactical nuclear weapons on the horizon. This is where we are. We've been sucked into the full war, and it's just getting worse by the day. This was never about nukes or WMDs. It was about the Greater Israel Project.
Yep.
It's a nightmare scenario.
Yeah, I know, right? They thought it was about nukes, but it's really about Israel expanding their borders and trying to destabilize Iran so they can successfully take over Libya. Then they're going to go to Iraq. I mean, actually, and then they were going to finish off Syria. And if you looked at Greater Israel, trust me, that was the plan. Because, I mean, destabilize Iran. I mean, that weakens Hezbollah. They can probably easily take over Lebanon. I mean, Iraq's already in shambles. So is Syria. So those are going to be easy to take over. They're going to call it Greater Israel. We're all going to sit back and accept it, sadly. As the Zionists in our government just clap it on, and probably will start tearing up in jubilation. It's like, it's that insane, and this is what they truly believe. So here's the thing, and you can feel free to go with the original narrative. Trust me, it's a lot easier to deal with than actually dealing with the fact that Israel dragged us into a war so they can expand their border. It's a lot easier to deal with, oh no, we're just going after them with nukes, than dealing with the truth of it.
And it's going to derail our economic recovery and so much more, which is what at the top BlackRock and the globalists want. They're so happy right now that the world recovery is being killed by this. Fertilizer's getting cut off. So much more. Here's some of the videos of what's been happening over there. And more's happening literally by the hour.
Damn.
We'll cover it all at alexjoneslive.com, our new news site, and Alex Jones on X. And hopefully I'm here tomorrow. Be able to cover all that's going on at 11 a.m. Central with Syndicated Daily Show. Thank you.
الدولي وذلك بعدد من الصواريخ البالستية والطائرات المسيرة وقد حققت العملية أهداف.
And crazy thing is, yes, the Houthis done joined the fight, guys, and they attacked Saudi Arabia, and I believe it was actually It was an airport. They attacked an airport in Saudi Arabia. And here's the crazy part about it. It's not like these guys can't start attacking oil infrastructure and other things in the region and civilian infrastructure. I mean, that's one of Iran's special cards is the Houthis, because due to their location, they can easily strike into Oman, UAE, Qatar, and they're a lot closer. And of course, they can close down the Red Sea if they want to.
Images of some of the damage going on, some of the things happening. Iran's hit, 5 different countries with missiles in the last few days, blown up ships, damaged other ships. And put this statement out last night. This ship was given clearance to pass the Strait of Hormuz by the U.S. without even coordinating with the Iranian government, the IRGC. It is now at the bottom of the sea after catching fire. For a safe passage through the strait, only the IRGC can give you clearance. And the United States has hit several tankers and blown them up. But the end effect is the Strait of Hormuz is staying closed. There's an oil tanker that the Iranians blew up yesterday on screen. Meanwhile, I have a new Truth Social out from Trump. Oil is flowing like never before thanks to the awesome power of the United States military. A special salute to the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Kane, the Commander of the United States Central Command, Admiral Brad Cooper. Because of them and all members of the most powerful military anywhere in the world, by far, Strait of Hormuz is open to all ship traffic except for Iran, and that is because of their lying, violent, malicious leadership, which is taking them down the path of total destruction, full caps, all caps. We will therefore have a full blockade, but only on ships coming to and from Iranian ports or carrying anything having to do with Iranian cargo. Based on highly productive conversations with Middle Eastern leadership, I've decided to replace the 20% United States reimbursement fee with trade and investment deals that the various Gulf states will be making in the United States. These investments will be massive, but at the same time, extraordinarily good for them. So it's just different stuff every hour. And their future, as everyone is aware, will have the target dollar investment in the United States or in any country in history. But these new investments will make them number one and make the number even larger. And we will see factories, plants, and equipment for the United States at historic levels, which will create additional millions of paying American jobs. America's winning again, winning like never before. The days of Iran killing hundreds of thousands of people, including 52,000 protesters, are over. And most importantly, Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald John Trump. Iran's not killed hundreds of thousands of people.
No, they haven't.
There's no proof they killed 20,000 or 50,000 during those violent demonstrations.
Yeah, the facts. It's like, that's the problem. A lot of people still believe that lie that, oh, Iran killed like 50,000 people. Yeah, there's no proof of that. You know that, right? No names, no birthdays, no social securities. There's not 30,000 of them. There's not 40 or 50,000. That was a lie. And let me tell you the truth about that protest, though. We put in the CIA and the Mossad to go in there and give agitators guns to go ahead and pop off and try to create pretty much a fake revolution that didn't really get anything. You want to know why? Because there was people actually in there only to protest the government. And the problem is the government is actually separate from the Ayatollah and the IRGC. And this is coming from the Iranian people. They see the government, who they're protesting against, and the IRGC as two separate entities. So because it was out there protesting the government because their currency crashed, doesn't mean that was the time to push a revolution to try to overthrow the Ayatollah. That was actually the wrong protest to actually even try to push that in. We're mainly people we're dealing with people who are disgruntled towards the government, not the Ayatollah. That's the one thing you guys are forgetting about that whole protest. And here's the thing. So you're telling me there was ever a massacre, like what, over 40,000 people, no bombs, no nothing, just guns? Like, come on, guys. And here's the thing. Out of the 3,100 people that died, because that's the only numbers that are actually verifiable, 3,100, 500 of them were police officers. So really, we're looking at about 2,000, a bit over 2,000 protesters died that day. And some of the protesters died from the agitators that was shooting behind them at the police officers. So you had innocent protesters literally getting sandwiched between the bullets of police officers and protesters. And if you look at the graphic footage from these protesters, I mean, yes, there was like, bro, you could literally see protesters' brains getting shot out of their heads, and you could see how some of them were shot from the back, coming from fire from the back of them. And the police wasn't in the back of them, they were in the front of them. AKA, there was literally a gunfight going on between these agitators and the police that end up putting the lives of Iranians in danger. And I mean, not just from the police, but by these agitators that was giving guns by who? The CIA and Mossad. And guess who? And Mike Pompeo admitted it. I mean, we got the head of Mossad. He also admitted it as well. So it is what it is. And I mean, it's kind of crazy how they admit it. They are very braggadocious when it comes to stuff like that.
Where the U.S. and Israel gave weapons out, which I'm still not a fan of the middle. I'm just stating facts. The U.S. through Saddam started the Iran-Iraq war that killed about 2 million Iranians. Say about 700,000 Iraqis is estimated. Pull this up. So where's the hundreds of thousands they've killed? So it's just the exaggeration just daily, increases here. But the Strait of Hormuz is not open. There are a few little ships here and there are getting through. You keep hearing Trump every week or so say it's open when it's not. I don't have to explain that this is not true. And everybody who's informed knows it's not true. All the governments know it's not true. And then he said, we're in complete control of the strait, and we're going to put a 20% toll on all the ships, and then he can't do that. The Navy won't even send its big ships.
Guys, and let me show you the proof here, because a lot of people don't understand that. Shout out to Mike Pompeo, ex-director of the CIA. Now, the Iranian regime is in trouble. Bringing in mercenaries is the last best hope. Riots in the dozens of cities and the Bashir under siege. Let's see, Mashhad, Tehran, Zeradan, and the next stop, I'm not even going to try, but it's most likely another city in Iran. 47 years of this regime, POTUS, 47. Coincidence? Happy New Year to every Iranian in the street. Also, every Mossad agent walking beside them. Yeah. Happy New Year's to every Iranian in the streets and also every Mossad agent walking beside them. Way to say it out loud, bro. Way to say it out loud. But, I mean, this is how confident they are about this stuff. It didn't work out, but, and guess what this was? Oh, wait, when was it posted? January 3rd, 2026. Lines up perfectly, don't it? But all right, now back to it. Oh, guys, make sure to double tap that screen, like the video, guys. If you have any questions, comments, jokes, or disagreements, I'll be happy to read it out loud and engage with it. And if not, you can go ahead and send in a Venmo as well, guys. A way to double your support towards the call-in. Appreciate the support, guys, by the way. And make sure to double tap that screen, like the video, and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. All right, let's go.
The Strait of Hormuz is not open. There are a few little ships here and there are getting through. You keep hearing Trump every week or so say it's open when it's not. I don't have to explain that this is not true. And everybody who's informed knows it's not true. All the governments know it's not true. And then he said, we're in complete control of the strait, and we're going to put a 20% toll on all the ships, and then he can't do that. The Navy won't even send its big ships in close because they're sitting ducks. And then Trump just says, okay, we won't charge 20%. We'll get investment deals from your countries. So it's all talk, except the fact that the violence is intensifying from both sides, the destruction that hurts the average person and gets a lot of innocent people killed. So this is a disaster, as we predicted. We're just getting deeper into it, giving you the latest factoids on that. You don't really need me to even tell you about it. You can see it everywhere for you, and it's very sad. What a distraction and diversion from all the rest of Trump's overall economic agenda that I thought was excellent. So, no end in sight. And he got asked yesterday, and I think I sent it to you, but I didn't see it on the list. But I went over the list super fast today because I put over 90 videos on there. I apologize to the crew. I'm out of control. I over-prepare. It's a problem with the show. I mean, I'm serious. Most hosts don't really prepare a lot or under-prepare. I over-prepare. It's to a ridiculous level. He said to a reporter yesterday,
I know, man.
The exact quote.
The
headlines were like, Trump destroys reporter. Didn't look like that to me. The reporter's like, okay, is this going to last months more, years more? Like Vietnam? And he goes, well, yeah, Vietnam lasted 19 years. So it's okay. Well, number one, Trump, it didn't last 19 years. If you count it as starting with the Gulf of Tonkin at 64, it lasted 11 years, 64 to 75. And if you count when our advisors went in, and I would really count that to try to save the French when it was called Indochina from the civil war that was happening there with Ho Chi Minh leading the communists, then that is 15 years. I'm not trying to be mean to Trump. It's just he's all over the map here, folks. And so now he's getting us ready for 19 years. Let's just say Vietnam was 19 years. Okay. It started in 1957, 50, 56. Okay. It didn't, but okay. Vietnam started in 1956. Didn't start in 60 or 64. Okay. It started in 56, 57. He says so. It's true. It's 5D chess. So we're going to have a 19-year war.
That's funny.
But let's say it actually lasts as long as Vietnam. We're going to have an 11-year war.
I know it is kind of crazy when Trump just sits there like, what you mean all the other wars was like 8, 7 years plus? And we're just like, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. It's pretty bad if we're in a war for 1 year plus. I mean, let's just keep it real. Like, you can't keep playing these comparison games of how long we were in this war for so long. I mean, at a certain time, at a certain point, it's like, here's the thing. One, you ran on no new wars. Two, like this, like, trust me, it's going to be a year of damage on the economy that you got to deal with. If we're in this for a year, no matter how long we're in it, we're hurting the economy and we're hurting the pockets of the American people. I mean, guys, so far we spent about $174 billion on this war, $174.8 billion on this war. And of course, shout out to the Iran war tracker. I mean, shout out to these guys. I mean, look at it right here. The cost per taxpayer, you know, for the heightened energy prices, gas prices, inflation across the board. This is what it costs the U.S. taxpayer. Tough. And this is what the estimated spending rate is. $1 billion per day, 43 million per hour, 12,000 per second. Like, God damn. Boy, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, we could definitely use that money for something way better. Way better.
Boy, that's a lot longer than 4 days, and the mullahs were going to fall. So now we're settling into.
And we could have used. No, actually, no, guys. Let me show you how we should have used that money. Check, bro. Let me see if I actually have the video here. I should have it. Actually, hold on, man. Give me a second.
Decades. Here's the good job, crew, finding us so quickly. Here's Trump chiding the reporter for asking the obvious question. What a stupid question. You're an idiot. I can't believe you'd ask how long. A big deal. I mean, Vietnam lasted 19 years. And I'm supposed to just love this. Oh, like I'm a trained SEAL. I love this, Trump. Get out of there. But as I predicted, the Iranians know they hold a lot of cards. They're being pig-headed and asking for stuff they're not going to get. So they're just as bad as Trump when it comes to pig-headedness. They want $500 billion and all our troops to leave.
Yeah, ain't no way.
And for us to...
Bro, they was about to get $300 billion and at least a decent amount of our troops to leave. But $500 billion, unfrozen assets, and you want our troops to leave? Like, oh, man. I mean, you really got to whoop our ass to get that one, Iran. I mean, come on now. Let's be real. We tried to give you it, at least half of it, and we crashed out over it. I mean, we was never intending to give you it, apparently.
Say Israel will never bomb any of its neighbors. I'm not defending what Israel's done in many cases, but you know if that deal was done, you know Hezbollah and people are going to shoot rockets in just to break the deal because they get more power and control during conflict, just like Netanyahu does. And so Trump can't tell Israel what to do, and he shouldn't be able to. By the way, they shouldn't be telling us what to do, and that's coming up. That's the whole point. If Israel thinks they can take all these guys, knock themselves out. Just, we're not getting drafted for it as the Israel firsters are pushing. You know, they've got, as of December, the draft is prepared and goes back into selective service, preparing for it being implemented. And you got all these Republicans saying we need to get the draft going now to fight this war.
Mhm.
My son is 23. Now they want to draft girls. I've got a 22-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old daughter. And since Trump says this war is going to last 19 years, I guess you want to draft my 9-year-old when she's 18? In 9 years? No, sir.
Nope.
And you think Europe's going to fight Russia with getting the drafts going? They've already, a bunch of countries already implemented, including women. You think they're going to?
It's like, here's the thing. I mean, we have a whole lot of Americans who are supporting of this war. So we shouldn't need a draft, to be quite honest. We should have a sign-up sheet. All you guys who are also supportive of this war and who think Iran's this great big evil, go sign up and go fight. We don't need a draft. We got all these like people in here so vociferous about their hatred for Iran. All right, great. Prove it. Go sign up, go get that gun, and go into that ground invasion in Iran. And I mean, you're supporting of it. You want it so bad, go get it. We shouldn't need a draft to go ahead and fight a ground invasion. We got all these MAGA supporters who are ready to go.
Going to march off to this and be in the meat grinder for you? So here's Trump saying 19 years. Here it is.
Do you think a deal is still possible? Do you think they'll return to that?
Yeah, I think a deal is possible, sure, I do.
But, Mr. President, you noted the United States is bombing Iran again. I mean, you've been bombing Iran for months now. Is this just the new normal for the American people?
No, well, you know, we're in Vietnam for 19 years. We're here for 4 months. So I think we've done a lot. We've knocked out their Navy in a period of...
All right, guys. Now, you know how I was pretty much showing, you know, how much money we spent in Iran so far. And if you're just tuning in, this is about how much we spent now. $174.8 billion. And as it goes up steadily, which we're spending about 12. What was it? They said about 12,000 per second, guys, per second. 43 million per hour and 1 billion per day on this war. So by the time you wake up tomorrow, this will be around that 76 billion dollars. And this is what we could have used it on.
America spent $4 trillion in the Middle East, and this is what China spent $4 trillion on. The world's largest high-speed rail system at 50,000 kilometers. The massive Three Gorges Dam, the world's largest hydropower dam. 200 new airports. The world's largest 5G network with more towers than the rest of the world combined. Over 40 million units of affordable housing housing 100 million low-income residents. Built the longest 50-kilometer bridge over water. Built the world's most nuclear reactors generating 23,000 megawatts of energy. Built the world's most advanced electrical grid. The entire Belt and Road project, ports, railways, and roads in over 140 countries. Over 2 billion solar panels, including the world's largest solar farm. Built a fully operational space station, landed a rover on Mars, and became the first country to receive samples from the far side of the moon. A 2,700-mile canal system, the largest water diversion project ever built. Xialan, an entire high-tech city built from scratch. 7,700 offshore wind turbines generating 50% of the world's wind power. The Green Great Wall, which planted over 70 billion trees. And China built 7 of the world's top 10 busiest ports. It's kind of amazing what you can build for $4 trillion instead of spending it on war. And make sure you follow for more of these.
I mean, those are facts. Those are cold, hard facts. It bro, I know, right, bro? And shout out to my man, Hobgoblin. But bro, yeah, fuck China, but he got a point though. It's like, bro, we spending all this on what, $4 trillion on war, and we ain't got shit back with dead bodies. Nothing but dead bodies. That's it. And wasted money. But China over here, bro, revitalizing their infrastructure, building whole cities, highways, like pretty much like restructuring their energy infrastructure. All shit we should have been doing by now. This is what we should have been doing instead of getting into war with Iran. This is exactly what the fuck we should have been doing. And most of our problems would be solved right now if we just hop off the war train and get on building our fucking infrastructure. But no, y'all fucking dumbasses want to go to war with Iran because you have some fucking hate of Islam that you can't even substantiate. But I digress. All right, right back to it.
1 month, we knocked out their Air Force. Their Air Force is non-existent. We knocked out most of their missiles. Most of their drones. We knocked out their drone manufacturing capability, about 92%. Their missile capability for manufacturing, we knocked out 89%. And they have a little capability, but they don't have any capability.
That's enough. Yeah, they got capability. And no, you didn't. The Pentagon estimates that only 30% of the missiles have been knocked out. Now, you can say the Pentagon are Qatari agents and they're traitors and they're panicking too.
I mean, yeah, you could say that the Defense Intelligence Agency is, IRGC agents, even though they're the CIA wing of the Pentagon, and they're telling you that, yeah, only 30% of their missiles were destroyed or used and destroyed. So they still got 70% of their pre-war stockpile. Considering that we've been off for about 2 months on the strikes and they make 300 missiles per month, I mean, they probably re-up their game at least by 20%.
No, the Pentagon told Trump this wasn't going to work. Everybody just ignored that, and Hegseth says he wants to arrest the leakers. Well, it's known that it was the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Kane, that had another general do it. So that's all just talk, too. They all know. So much of this is like kabuki theater.
Oh, and shout out my man Renox for sending a happy poo for 10 jewels, another G, a gold coin, and a Chile. My man is snapping with the gifts, man. Appreciate the support, dog. And also, guys, make sure you double tap that screen and like the video, guys. And if you have any question, comment, jokes, or disagreements, feel free to super chat it in. You can just send a GIF or a Venmo. Either way, I'll be happy to read it out loud and engage with your comment. And subscribe to the channel while you're at it.
It's posturing. Now, there's a bunch of these clips, but remember Trump has said, oh, they can close it. We got to get it open. We've only got 4 weeks left in strategic reserves. Well, now they're draining those again.
Cooked.
And remember on Friday, it's like, oh, oil's going down. It's all over. The war's over. And on his 80th birthday, a few weeks before at the UFC, I signed it tonight for my birthday. The war is over.
What happened?
What? Iran agreed. Iran goes, no, we didn't. We just agreed to an outline to have negotiations. We agreed to have negotiations. And then they asked the Secretary of State and they asked the Vice President. They go, no, they've just agreed to the having meetings on these topics. Nope, Trump, it's all over. The deal's done. How dumb does that make us look? Well, this is negotiation. Yes. No, it's not. Even Republicans are criticizing Trump over resumption of Iran war. But
yeah, because they see how much damage it did. And now, hold on, you're going back to war. But I mean, bro, you just said our strategic oil reserves are low. Our munitions is low. But you're going back into this war as if it's all good. And you know the talk market, you know that prices are going to go back up once you do this, right? So what's the real goal here? We're going back to striking Iran to what? Try to get control of the strait, which we can't do. I mean, Operation Epic Free was a way bigger strike than what we're doing now, and we still wasn't able to gain back control or gain control of the strait. So what's the plan now? Because we can't go as long as we went with Operation Epic Fury, apparently. But I mean, I could be wrong, guys. I could be wrong, but I highly doubt it.
I mean, it never ended.
I wish I was wrong.
It's like your leg's cut off and blood spraying out, and then they put a Band-Aid on it, and it's still bleeding, and you're like, oh, you're all better now. And you're like, no, my leg's still cut off. Well, you got a Band-Aid there, it fell off, it was on the floor, but they like throw a cotton ball at your leg that's chopped off and blood spraying, you're about to die. It's like, oh, here's a cotton ball. Just throw a few cotton balls at it. They bounce off in a pool of blood. And that's what we're dealing with here. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to panic. And this is great. The war's over. Oil prices are low. Inflation's low. Everything's great. 2 men can have a baby. The Easter Bunny's real. Keebler elves are real. Santa Claus is real. Okay, fine. I buy it. Actually, I love it.
I don't know about that way.
Hillary's in Gitmo. Biden was executed on January 20th, 2017.
I ain't gonna lie. The China Glaze is a little too crazy right now. Like, all right, guys, hold on now. I didn't show that video to Glaze China. I showed that video so we can understand how we're wasting our money on war when we could be honestly, taking our civilization to the next level, taking our country to the next level in tech, infrastructure, technology, like everything. We could have been low-key in a way better place than we are now. We might have been in effing hover cars if we didn't go to war. We might have been in hover cars, guys. We might have got that Jetson future we were promised in the cartoons when we were kids. We might have got that if we never went to war. I just want to let y'all know that.
Been the president the whole time. Jack and the Beanstalk's real. Here's Trump. And then we'll dovetail it with an economist.
Man, bro, we could have cured cancer and all that if we just didn't go to war.
Now what's happening with Russia and its oil.
If we keep bombing, those ships won't be going. And you're talking about 500, 600, 700 million dollars a day. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. That's why the world is okay. It's liquid. It's fine. Also, we run out of reserves in about 4 weeks. There are reserves all over the world, and we would really run out. And there'll be a time when you wouldn't be able to get it. And you want to see bedlam?
Russian
Refinery throughput, according to Alexander Style, has now collapsed to 2.8 million barrels per day from 5.1 million barrels per day in 2022. Their largest refinery is the Omsk, was severely damaged, though not quite yet fully offline. He writes here, gasoline, diesel, and jet shortages are now emerging simultaneously, with multiple crude distillation units or CDUs knocked out across the refinery system. There is no quick path to restoring refining capacity. Sustained product imports are becoming Russia's only viable medium-term solution. Good luck with that. Belarus's Mozyr refinery is the Kremlin's best hope for securing up to 90,000 barrels per day of gasoline and a bit of jet and diesel, but it sits just across the Ukrainian border and is itself an obvious strategic target. So let's keep an eye on that as we go forward. This is profound. Russia has now turned from a massive net exporter of diesel, jet fuel, and gasoline, and is now becoming an importer. It's no longer creating supply for the world. It's now creating demand for those products. And this is intense. Russia just a couple days ago announced that it's completely banning diesel exports after the refinery attacks.
Damn, that's going to drive up prices.
Bloomberg takeaway down.
Hold on, that's going to drive up prices a little bit. I mean, yeah, because they're not putting that diesel into the global supply, then that's going to drive up prices on diesel. Mainly for Europe, though. Mainly for Europe. And they're already going through high gas prices already. I mean, including with the Strait, this would make it even worse.
Down there, the decision could further squeeze global fuel markets. You think?
Yeah, you add this to Strait of Hormuz, we're all in deep crap. Introducing Aquapure, the ultimate water filter shower head. Ladies and gentlemen, on your
shower heads now
are the major third.
Hilarious. It is what it is, though. Shout out Alex Jones. But all right, guys, let's have a little funny break here. The Iranians actually came out with a Lego video for Laura Loomer, of all people. You know, the girl that was pretty much saying, bomb all the Iranians, bomb them at their funeral. I see 1 million targets at his funeral, and I think we should kill them all. Oh, Laura Loomer. The bloodthirst has never ceased to amaze me. Never. It really does. Like, bro, I swear to God, she called death on 1 million people. I was like, what the fuck? She just don't care, bro. If they're Muslim, she don't care. Let's get into this funny little video. Whoops.
You wanted the strike. You wanted the smoke. Then you saw the poster. Bullseye Loomer, look who froze. Love the red dots till one got close. Beg for the bomb from a safe little room. Now you stare at the poster like it knows your doom. Bullseye Loomer, panic online. Loved every target till one crossed your line. Graham went down, now you read every sign. Bullseye Loomer, panic online. You told Israel strike when the mourners convene. Turn the funeral into a bombing scene. Cheered every hit from a studio chair till Tehran raised your picture in the air. Wanted regime change, wanted Iran torn. Watching every warning answered with war. Big war talk from a safe front seat. Now every little shadow got you checking the street. You loved the fire when the fire stayed far. Loved every missile like a rising star. But the second that the symbol came near, that war hawk voice disappeared into fear. Every post was hit them, every clip was more. Every death overseas was a content score. Then consequence knocked and the tone went thin. Funny how courage changes when your name gets in. Now it's Russia, now Iran, now investigate fast. Suddenly every threat comes back from the past. You sold paranoia, made panic your trade. Now you're trapped in the fear that your own mouth made. You built your brand, putting names on blast. Calling for purges, demanding them fast. Now one printed image got you losing your nerve. You ordered the heat, now you hate what they serve. Sacred defense. Bullseye Loomer. You wanted war. Bullseye Loomer. Now you fear the poster. Bullseye Loomer. Sacred defense.
You know, it's actually crazy, though. She was low-key spazzing out on this. It was actually kind of funny. Like, how is this allowed? FBI Cash Director Cash Patel. I mean, because they're in Iran, Laura, quit spazzing out. And then she says, oh, I'm going to go ahead and get them all arrested. There must be Americans. They're Muslims. It's like, okay, lady, okay. I mean, did you not see the CNN segment where these kids pretty much say they're out of Iran? Yes, the kids that are making these Lego videos are out of Iran, guys, sadly. So Laura, crazy loomer, loony loomer, you can't get them arrested. But I mean, but you can continuously call for their death, though, if you want to. I mean, you've been calling for the death of a whole lot of Iranian people. So, you know, why stop? Yeah, I mean, why stop me so far ahead? But all right, let's go ahead and get into this Pierce Morgan debate. This should be a good one here. And guys, make sure to double tap that screen, like the video, and any question, comments, jokes, or disagreements, feel free to super chat it in or send in a Venmo as well, guys, to double your support. Appreciate you guys. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All right, let's get to it.
BAGA is now turning on